Hi everybody. There's a certain kind of magic that lives in the stillness of the mountains, where every rustling leaf might tell a story, and every trail holds a memory. I grew up in these woods, learning to track and listen from my grandfather, whose footsteps I still seem to follow to this day. This morning, just like countless others before it, I set out with a group of seasoned hunters from our village, eyes scanning for any trace of the elusive wild boars said to roam these parts. But in the wilderness, nothing ever goes quite as planned. Stick with me, this trip may take an unexpected turn. As the afternoon sun filtered through the dense forest canopy, we pressed onward toward the mountaintop, our boots crunching over the dry leaves. The stillness of the woods was shattered by the sharp, urgent barking of our hounds. Instinct kicked in. I raised my rifle, eyes trained on the thicket where the dogs had stopped. In a blur of chaos, a herd of wild boars burst from the underbrush, massive, muscular shapes moving with terrifying speed. I fired. In the frantic seconds that followed, multiple shots cracked through the air. One boar went down hard, while another narrowly escaped into the shadows. Despite the setback, we knew the hunt was far from over. Wild boars, particularly feral swine, are notoriously elusive. In the United States, these invasive animals have spread across at least 35 states and cause an estimated $2.5 billion in damage annually to agriculture and native ecosystems. We followed the fresh tracks up the ridge, determined to intercept the herd again. Our persistence paid off. As gunshots echoed once more across the hills, the boars scattered. Anticipating their movements, we quickly fanned out, each of us taking a position along their likely path of escape. When they broke cover again, we were ready. One by one, the boars that crossed our sights were brought down swiftly. At Dwayne's post, the dogs were going wild. He spotted movement just ahead, a whole cluster of boars, their dark backs barely visible through the swirling dust. He didn't hesitate. His first shot dropped one instantly. Another bolted for cover, and Wayne took off after it, his rifle raised. That one got away, but not for long. Just when he thought the trail had gone cold, a shadow darted across his path. It was close, too close. He squeezed the trigger. A single clean shot dropped the animal in its tracks. From our higher vantage point, we could see shapes shifting through the brush below, more wild pigs moving quickly, their numbers reminding us how deep this infestation runs. According to Texas Parks and Wildlife, a single sow can birth up to 2 litters a year with 6 piglets or more. The numbers grow fast. We opened fire, but the distance worked in the boars' favor, and they disappeared into the woods untouched. As we circled around the hilltop, we spotted a straggler trailing behind a larger group. I took the shot, and the boar dropped instantly. Moments later, another loner emerged, cunning, fast, and hard to hit. It took several rounds to finally bring it down. By the time we descended the mountain, fatigue had set in. Our clothes were damp with sweat and dirt, but the dogs pressed on, noses to the ground, never quitting. Suddenly, their barks changed, sharper, more frantic. I grabbed my rifle and moved in fast. A dark shape shot out of the brush like a missile. I reacted on instinct, fired once, and watched the boar crumple mid-charge. It was over in a flash. Days like this remind us why we do it, not just for the adrenaline, but to protect the land we love from a destructive, fast-breeding pest that threatens wildlife, farmland, and even human safety.
Check you.
As both a farmer and a modern-day hunter, I've learned that the best defense against destruction is action. Wild boars have been a relentless threat to my cornfields, tearing through crops, rooting up the earth, and leaving ruin in their wake. But rather than sit back and complain, I take to the field with purpose. Hunting isn't just sport, it's land management. So we loaded up, headed into the highlands, and prepared ourselves for another critical mission to protect the farm. After scanning the rugged terrain for signs of movement, our scope finally locked onto a lone wild boar meandering through the brush. It seemed relaxed, unaware it had just walked into the crosshairs. Though the distance was far from ideal, I steadied my breath and took the shot. The crack of the rifle echoed across the valley, and the boar stumbled, hit but not down. I kept my sights locked and fired again, this time a clean finish. Moments later, the dogs picked up the scent of more activity nearby, their growls echoing through the woods like war drums. I crept forward. Another shot, another target. Quick and clean. The deeper we moved into the forest, the more intense the chase became. Cresting another ridge, we came face to face with a massive herd, a rare and adrenaline-pumping sight. The sheer size and number of boars was a clear reminder of how deeply embedded they are in this landscape. We opened fire without delay, but the boars scattered fast, ducking into thick cover like shadows in the trees. Only a few were left behind, still and lifeless on the forest floor. But this wasn't over, not even close. We quickly coordinated with the rest of our team, signaling them to block the herd's escape path. This old-school but effective tactic is vital in controlling such intelligent animals. As expected, the lead boar, an alpha, broke cover first. My buddy dropped it with a single shot. Chaos erupted as gunfire rained down. Some boars darted past, but several weren't fast enough. Then, almost like nature testing our resolve, another group emerged. We reloaded and fired in unison, but these were more agile, weaving through the brush like ghosts. They vanished as quickly as they came, leaving behind a trail of churned dirt and adrenaline. What's most striking isn't just the number of wild boars, it's their resilience and speed. A single sow can birth up to 12 piglets a year, and they travel in tight groups, always on the move. Despite our relentless pursuit, we knew we'd only scratched the surface. As we made our way down a narrow path, a sudden rustle in the bushes sent my instincts flaring. I didn't hesitate. I fired. The shot echoed, my heart raced, and silence followed. It was a clean hit, and another reminder that in this ongoing fight to protect the land, every second counts.
Good.